up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got a weapon build today for the Purgator 1. This thing was pretty much marketed as a grenade launcher before being released, but it's not exactly a grenade launcher. That being said, it's still pretty fun and powerful, but maybe not worth the 7 Forma I've got in the build today, so let's hop right into it. But before we do, make sure to sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads, news videos, build videos, all that kind of stuff. You're in the right place for Warframe content. And yeah, we'll be covering Temple after they hopefully get bug fixed soon, and a ton of the other weapons upcoming as well, because there's some pretty decent ones. Okay, so the Purgator 1, what do we have here today? So the Purgator 1 is from the newest Techrot Encore update, and it does require you to be able to talk to Minerva, aka Proto-Saren. So you need to be relatively high rank with the Hex Syndicate to even get access to this, and it comes with basically 0 polarities, base polarities. So you need to drop a bunch of Forma on this thing to really max it out. But as far as its special abilities and things like that, on direct damage kill, this thing will cause a guaranteed gas proc in an area. Yes, you heard that right. Direct damage kill. So if you use the DOT of the gas cloud from killing the enemy, cannot create additional clouds. Also, if you kill them with like a DOT from like a slash proc or whatever, it will create a cloud that does 0 damage. It will still create a cloud, but yeah, it literally is a 0 damage cloud. So they wanted to make sure it wasn't going to chain the AoE too easily. So that being said, I still am going to recommend that you put DOT on this thing due to it being force of that gas proc on kill, and it also has a forced impact proc too, and it has slow fire rate, so the hemorrhage mod, actually I think it's called Eternal Bleeding mod, is going to make a nearly guaranteed slash proc. That's going to help soften up these enemies, as this thing, you're going to be basically, it's not going to kill every enemy in one hit, basically. So let's go ahead and show what this, how this performs in the simulacrum. And it's actually, we'll show a full synergy guide here too, of what you can like basically use in mission to make it a little bit better. But yeah, just if you want to use it normally, let's go ahead and show how that works. Okay, so we got the Purgator 1 right here. As far as the base stats, you got 1.5 fire rate, 9 magazines, so not that much magazine, and only 20 ammo maximum and 2 from pickup. So ammo is potentially an issue on this thing. A 2.7 second reload, so terrible reload speed. And there's also got 1.1 meters of punch through built in. This thing is 31% crit chance, 2.3 multi, 19% status, and no slash, just impact and puncture. It has a forced impact proc on hit. So it is not a grenade launcher at all. Here's how it actually fires. So you see those yellow projectiles right there? It's like a slug. I want to call it a slug shotgun, but it actually uses rifle mods. So you can actually put prime shred on this thing if you want to. So yeah, that's how it works. If an enemy dies, it creates a gas cloud on their corpse. So let's go ahead and get a low-level enemy here that can die easily, because this thing really you need to basically buff it up to really main it, in my opinion. But let's just go ahead and show this build right now. So we kill that guy, and in an area is going to be a gas cloud. They have to be really close to each other for it to actually damage them. But as you can see, there is a yellowish gas cloud, and it does take your energy effects, of course. So if we go ahead and kill these enemies, the bigger enemies, the gas cloud is going to scale off of things like Elementalist and things like, debuffing them with Nova or Viral or anything like that. So kind of hard to see. Let's get these guys right here next to each other, see if we can actually knock that. So he's pretty decent slash proc. That slash proc, if that gets the kill, the gas cloud will do basically nothing. So 18k damage, gas cloud. You can buff it up, of course. Use Nova's abilities, buff it up with Hot Shot maybe. And I've seen multi-million damage gas procs on this thing, so it can technically do some work, but I'm going to really recommend if you want to try this thing out, you need to buff it up with some frame abilities. So right there we got the gas cloud going, heat procs. And yeah, I mean this is what you would expect from this thing. It is a slow firing, low ammo, bad reload, no built-in slash weapon. So as far as the build I'm going to recommend to you, first of all, I would not even recommend you max this thing. I'm showing you what you could do if you wanted to. I've got 4 different builds for you today. So that was the slash proc build. You might be like, why are you building for slash procs if the DOTs don't create damaging clouds? Because the damaging clouds of the DOT they're a nice little bonus feature, but I'd say don't fully focus on it. So we've got Eternal Bleeding mod. You have a 35% chance to apply a slash proc and impact effect, and 2 times the chance when the fire rate's below 2.5. So as far as the fire rate on this thing, it is really low. You can throw on Prime Shred, but keep in mind that if you go above 2.5, this is not going to work as well. So, and also the mod capacity of this thing is really, really rough. So I'd recommend that you don't go above 2.5. And what you can also do is you can run the Reinforced Bond on your companion to actually get some of that fire rate that you might want, because it has such bad fire rate. So if we put on Prime Shred, we're at 2.03, that'd be great. You can actually put that on over the Prime Bay of the Grenadier. It'd be a lot less damage, but at least it'd be more versatile, not to change your mods every mission. It has built-in punch-through, the Elementalist and Prime Shred, we get a ton of it. We get like 4 meters of punch-through is nuts here, so you could totally rock that. Let's go ahead and show the Acuity build now, too. So as far as Acuity on this thing, also, if you didn't know, Acuity actually got bug fixed. It's no longer as red crit OP as before. But basically, it's going to be the same situation. Weak point hits are going to give more crit chance, but we can't mod for multi-shot. So instead, we got some more galvanized crit on here instead. I put Merciless on this build because this thing has such bad reload speed that you're going to probably want to buff it somehow. But Deadhead can also be good. And also, Crux will be on the future builds too. Now I'm just going to quit beating around the bush here. If you are not going to buff this thing up, don't even bother using it. So we're going to cast Nourish, Nova's 1, and Arcane Hotshot. So now we should be getting red crits on Headshot, and that's like a 200k damage gas cloud in an area. And right, this is with no Riven as well. Get a good juicy kill right there, 5.6 million. So yeah, Acuity can work on it, as you can see. But again, I would not recommend you use this thing unless you are really, really buffing it up. And it can get red crits without, you know, all these buffs, but at the same time, why even bother? So that's going to be the Acuity build. Pretty good for single target. A little bit less good for getting a ton of slash procs. Let's go ahead and show a blast proc build here. We got primary Crux on this one. I'm also going to show you some synergy here too as well with the gas clouds of this thing and a sentinel called Nautilus. So Nautilus Prime will group enemies up. And if you get a kill on those enemies, they're going to create that gas cloud that's going to be hopefully destroying you if you're playing Nova. So this will also give us some reload speed here, or sorry, some fire rate here with Reinforced Bond. It'll be 60% reload speed, and we don't want to get too much reload speed. Or sorry, too much fire rate. So, yeah. Can I crit chance for the Verglass to get that Tenacious Bond bonus as well? So if you look at my build right now, we're at 2.1 fire rate on this build. You gotta be careful not to get too much fire rate if you want to use that mod. On this build, it shouldn't matter as much because we're not actually using Internal Bleeding on this mod. Oh, that was good. Okay, so we go ahead and summon them in. And now they're all grouped up. We get 1 kill, and they should be basically all dead. Because Nautilus keeps drooping them up, they're being pulled into the gas cloud. They weren't downstairs. So as you can see, now that we've thrown some synergy on here, it's a lot better. That's going to be the Blast proc build. Let's go ahead and not cast Nova's ability here. Oh. Yeah, no direct kills needed on this one. It's more of a Blast proc build, and Blast procs can make enemies explode. So the combo of the Blast procs and the gas procs with Nautilus is really, really nice. So honestly, that build right there is felt like one of the best ones. Like, it does probably the least amount of overall damage numbers, but the AoE of it is quite good. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and rock that, feel free. The Rubens of this thing are 0.5 dispo, so I'd say maybe don't bother right now, but maybe if you can find a really good level one, it could be worth it. Now here's the fourth build right here. We got Corrosive. Gonna be good for getting those upfront damage kills, but this one's gonna have weaker gas clouds than some of the other ones. So as far as this build, again, it's gonna be great when you group enemies up with Nautilus, but also throwing on Nourish will give you viral and corrosive heal if enemies massively. So gonna kill their 5k damage AoE. Get our pretty high fire rate on here with our fire rate mod and our Reinforced Bond. So you get them pulled in together, and that gas cloud should take them out. So yeah, pretty good stuff with Nautilus. Now, let's go ahead and talk about if this thing's worth it. Because reminder, I have put 7 Forma on this thing to achieve this, and I also don't have much flexibility in that last slide. I put a 60-60 in here I don't want. You know, this build literally has, like, I can't even back to the Excellence mod properly and put a full mod drain on here because there's just too many high drain capacity mods on this build to make this work. So, after all that is said and done, what do you guys think after this? Is the Purgator 1 worth your time? It is not a grenade launcher. It's a relatively unique feeling rifle. I think this thing is mainly more of a fashion frame weapon. Or if you get it in EDA or ETA, it can get the job done as long as you don't need to have too much ammo. I think that this thing honestly could get buffed a little bit. I think they were a little bit too safe with the Purgator 1, especially with how high level you have to be to get this, and how many Forma is to fit on a full build. So I would say you could definitely skip the Purgator 1 for now, unless you like really like the sound effects, unless you think it looks really cool, unless you like the idea of like a mini dual Ichor rifle, kind of, which is what it is, like a gas cloud on kill. But at the same time, we can also achieve this with lots of other guns in this game, too. You know, a simple, gas proc build, the Phantasma Prime, would probably serve this purpose relatively well. Now, this thing does have a lot more crit than a Phantasma Prime. But at the same time, too, like, it's just not meta at all. It's fun to shoot through enemies that are all, like, grouped up and then cause guaranteed gas procs on kill with, like, Nautilus or whatever. I think it's the most synergistic, fun thing so far with this. But yeah, if you're not playing frames like Nova to debuff them, you're not casting Nourish to get some good elementals on there, it just doesn't feel worth all the Forma and, difficulty of acquiring it. I mean, you have to go to literally Proto-Saren and drop, like, I think it's like 30k rep on this. So, entire day of farming to get this, an entire week of building Forma to max it out, I'd say you could definitely dodge this one unless you are just looking to have every little thing maxed out like me. Alright guys, let's see the next video. Let me know how you feel about the Purgator 1 in the comments down below. Am I being too harsh on it? Did I miss some easy synergy? I don't think I really did, but yeah, maybe, this mod would, change that mod, it'd be a lot better. 2.7 reload is pretty hard to salvage for me, but I will see you guys in the next video, and take it easy. Peace!